that happened, they'll save the woman and kill the man.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know. I told you, brothers, that like the women nowadays they backdoor Jake though, and they don't, and they backdoor, and they have the evidence and all that shit, right? That this woman called this Jake over to so-called, hang out though, but in reality it was another nigga was waiting to kill that Jake, and it's all information on everything, and the woman never gets held accountable for it, and it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's like that woman should have been charged too, because she set him up.
That's right.
Premeditating murder right there, man.
Yeah, so if you cheat on the Lord, that's what these 2/3 are.
Cheaters.
They're cheaters.
Cheaters.
So there's no, like that one song, "Make Up to Break Up."
Oh yeah, break up.
There is no make up to break up. Once you break up, you're done.
Yeah.
There is no making up.
Can I get a scripture?
Yeah.
Jeremiah 3:1, it says, "They say if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, said the Most High." See? So, that woman's polluted, man.
Yeah, this is a good lesson.
Yeah. That woman's polluted, man. Like, why would you want to go back to that?
And science even tells you that the sperm stays inside of a woman.
It goes to your brain, right? It goes to it messes with them. Yeah.
Shit, man.
Because even a woman, you made a video about that. A woman did that.
This is disgusting.
It goes into their spirit, too.
Yeah.
This demon made a video. I think it was a demon. But he said he had sperm in his eye because she was one of those moles. And it was moving around. And it was fucking sick. But it stays alive.
They are like tadpoles, They move around.
They're trying to find life,
And life is in blood, because it takes 4 drops of blood to make 1 drop of semen.
Imagine that though.
Yeah. It's a process. It takes a process to go through.
And the wine represents the blood of the Lord, and when we have the Passover, we have wine with his body.
Exactly.
It's sacred.
The wine, yeah.
Yeah, I'd hate to be a 2/3, because that's an automatic death sentence.
Deuteronomy again? Because a 2/3 is going to be burnt up, right? Here in America.
Yeah, that's right.
The worst way. And look at how they're fucking getting done right now. Getting George Floyd and all fucking Trayvon Martin. We could name a whole bunch of motherfuckers that went through the same exact bullshit. And that's the Lord putting the spirit on those fucking devils.
So you said that, right? So it's like, okay, so those 2/3 are gonna go to Basra and get the punishment over there.
They're gonna get their passport.
Yeah, they're gonna get together, right? And they're gonna fly over there, Basra, and get their judgment over there. But not here though, according to Hazard and well, I mean, they didn't say that, but it's like, in other words,
what are you supposed to gather when somebody breaks down something? You're supposed to gather information for yourself and make your own judgment. But you're telling people that this is the lake of fire, and that's the first thing. That's the most important thing, because this is a lake of fire, and it's going to be burnt up with missiles.
Yep. And I can see that. We can see that happening with all these countries going up. This guy's pissing everyone off, though, man.
Hey, man, if you don't see that shit, you're already in some other country.
Yeah.
You're already far away from this land.
And the news, they ain't talking about Basra right now. Like, what news are they talking about Basra?
Man, I'm gonna prophesy this about you 2 clowns right there. You guys are gonna move out of Babylon because you know that it's gonna be the lake of fire, and you're not even gonna make a correction video on that. That means.
Yeah. Oh, but we get that?
Yeah.
22, right?
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 22:22, it says, "If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lied with the woman and the woman. So thou shalt put away evil from Israel."
So the whore, she has to be killed. The whore has to be burned. Because like America's the whore, she's going to be burned. And you got to put away that evil.
Burn her up. And all her belongings.
They think it's not evil,
Yeah, they think it's not evil.
That's why they think it's not evil.
They portray it, they portray it as, good.
You know, the worst. This is disgusting, but I was working for a delivery company, JJ's Rental. They don't work. They're not in business anymore. I hate that fucking job. Anyways, I was delivering the furniture, and I went to Lemoore to deliver to this, you know, black family, and the dad was a black dude, and he went to work, and the black lady stayed. And one of my friends that I grew up with in that neighborhood, he was another black dude, came walking around the corner, walked into that house as soon as the man left, and I said, "Hey, Elliot, don't you know that bitch is married?" And he's like, "Oh man," he was embarrassed, but he wanted to fight me, and I was like, "Hey, I'll chunk him right now. I know you can't fight." So the bottom line is, I yelled at him and I told him, "Don't you know she's married?" And he was trying to like, "Shut up, don't tell me." No, she's married.
Yeah. Oh, so it wasn't his first rodeo.
Yeah.
He's been there. And that's
That was planned because he knew exactly when he was leaving.
very.
Yeah, and they normalized that.
Yeah, and it's normal though,
Don't
you know.
see wrong in it, like a whore.
Because you know, like I said, I've been around like Jake too and shit. They'd be like, "Bro, but like she wants me though, bro." I'm down like, "Bro, like still, you know, I had 2 kids and shit, bro. With this man though, like, nah, bro, but she hit me up though." Like, but I'm like, "You think that's alright though, bro? Like, come on, too. You know, it has some sense though, too." But they be like, they think they use that as an excuse. Well, I didn't hit her up. She hit me up though, you know. She wants it, might as well. She gonna get it from somewhere else. Might as well get it from me. And that's how Jake fucking thinks, man.
That's why it's so easy to fucking scam you.
Yeah.
Go back to Matthew 25 and 1. And
Let me get this precept before.
Yeah,
Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. How about Shimi Haushai does all those things? He's fucking you up. He's fucking you up pretty damn good. 25 what?
25 and 1.
This is Matthew 25:1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Yeah, so these virgins, you know, all the Israelites, you know, that they have a lamp, you know, but it doesn't mean that their lamp is burning, you know, because read Psalms 119.
105, right?
Yeah.
It said, "Now thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path."
Yeah, so the word is the lamp, you know, but the oil, that's the truth. You know, you can have a lamp, but in order for it to be burning, you gotta have the oil.
You gotta have the right.
Faith, though, man.
You know, the oil represents the faith, you know, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You know, the lamp, you know, is just the word. You know, any Israelite can hear the word, but do they have the oil?
Yep. So keep it going, though, you know. Because anyone can have, like, for example, anyone can put on a garment and say, "I'm an Israelite," but it doesn't mean that they got the word, you know. Anybody though.
Yeah, because when we first heard the word, that's when we started learning. You know, we started learning about the prophecies. That's when we started getting the oil.
Awesome. We'll put it down.
We got it at the perfect time too, because we were wicked as fuck. Yeah.
Read the next verse on Matthew 25.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
See, so 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. The 5 foolish ones represent the 2/3 because they're foolish not to have the oil.
Oh yeah, that faith though, you know.
Yeah. Because keep going. It's going to say that they wanted the oil from the wise virgins.
Matthew 25:3, that they were foolish, took their lamps, and took no oil with them.
Yeah, they took no oil. They had no faith. You know, they weren't prophesying.
Saying other different things though. But that's why when you know Pastor Zohar, watch what they're gonna say when the MOTB comes out. You know, what is the other Israelite camps gonna say at the MOTB? What are they gonna say now when it comes out?
Say that we didn't warn you.
Yeah, exactly though. So that's when you're gonna be like, oh, like you know, Bishop Nathaniel says, well, if you heard me correctly, idiot, you know, gotta do some shit.
Smack the fucking black off your face, homie.
Yeah.
I think I did 3 camps in a row about the MOT.
Yeah, you
My
did.
lesson.
Yeah, you did.
And they were all different, and they're all basically about the same.
Same thing.
There's so much to talk about.
Exactly.
But if you listen to me, you idiot,
yeah. It's June.
I'll do a spinning heel kick on your fucking tonsils, boy, while you're talking.
Because it is June and there is microchips right now.
So there you go, boy. And,
And also, Ramlam did a video. I was here listening all the way over here about something called something advanced, an article that someone sent him though. And he's getting into it though, man. So, you know, I was like, yeah, you know, like, it's June though.
It's already here.
Yeah, it's here.
It's June, but they don't got the oil.
Until it actually comes though, that's like when I was talking about the virgins, right? Wanting the oil. Like, nah, we told you.
They got the synthetic oil.
The little, like, not the big one. Like that.
I mean, synthetic oil is only good for cars.
Keep going.
All right. Matthew 25:4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
The wise, that represents the elect, you know, because they know what they have to do, you know, in these last days. They know not to be messing around, you know. They know that this truth, we have to bring it out 100%.
And it's really, look, it's beautiful actually. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. So if you're going to prepare yourself to do something, be smart enough to have all your supplies ready.
Yep.
And then know how to use all your supplies, because, like the brother said, the lamp is.
The other birds, they had some oil, but it ran out.
So you know how to use the word.
Yeah.
You got to know how to use the word. That's all you have to say. Yeah. So what are you gonna do if a fine-ass woman comes up to you? She got big old tits, small waist, big old ass, and she tells you all the right things, but she's married.
Exactly.
You're gonna have a difficult time because your eyes are gonna look at that, and then your neurotoxins are gonna be flooding your brain, and you're gonna make stupid choices.
Yeah.
All because you don't know how to be wise.
Get that one in 1 Samuel.
16, 13.
Yeah.
1 Samuel 16 and 13, it says, Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Most High came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah.
See, so it said Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him. So that's telling you that the oil represents the anointing. You have to be anointed. Just like Yahushua Mashiach. I think Mashiach means anointed, right?
Yeah, anointed. It's a title, it's not a name, but it's a title, but it means, you know, he's the one.
He's anointed.
He's anointed,
you know? Just like his elect are anointed too.
And that happens from birth.
Yep. You gotta be literally born the elect though. You can't make yourself the elect though.
And that's why.
That's scary too, you know?
Let's say, because I know my dad, I love him and everything, but he does things. But I know that Yahweh kept him safe so I could be here. You know, he kept your dad safe so you could be here. He kept your dad safe so you could be here.
Like in the book of Revelation, I don't know what chapter it is. It talks about goes into World War I, how they kept those Jakes alive in World War I, so they could, you know, have kids though. I forgot. I think it's 6 or
exactly what happened.
Yeah. So it's really going into that. That's what exactly.
And you're not ever gonna understand what's going on. Really, you might even be upset about it.
Yeah.
See, that's how he works, man. We don't know.
Because you know, like our father's not in the truth though. They're not on the truth though, but we're in the truth though. You know, so that's just how it works though. You know, like you know, Yahweh Shai has father Joseph. You know, but you know, he's the begotten son though.
And he's greater than his father Joseph.
Yeah, you know. But that's the thing, his biological father though. You know, so.
Can you get 1 John 2 and 20? And this is the last one. Revelation.
You want me to get that one first? 1 John 2:20, it says, "But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye knew all things."
Yeah, you have an unction from the Holy One, and you know all things. So if you're anointed with the oil, you know that means you have 100% truth.
You have an unction.
You know all things.
That's all things.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
What's the definition for unction?
Oh, you know what? I can't.
Can't get
Let me.
You know what? I think it means anointing. I'm not sure, but you know, an unction is this: when they put something on your a little tiny bit of.
Oh, okay, yeah,
oil.
something like that, right?
Like a
Yeah,
little tiny bit of oil.
unction of. Yeah.
So that means that you're anointed.
It means anything smeared on ointment, usually prepared by the Hebrews from oil and herbs.
It means you're basically anointed.
Yeah, like what King, David, what Samuel did to David.
That's
He
exactly it.
anointed, you know.
See, everything is so beautiful, but it's so easy that you don't want to get.
But the oil is here though, man. The oil is here.
And it's simple.
Yeah.
Let's say.
What is it?
I don't care.
It says something.
Let's say the whole world is Black Ops 6, and we're all playing zombies. And the unction is, you know how to do everything. But you're just playing games. Now 2/3 are just playing games. They're just spawning, respawning, killing, not even fulfilling the missions to get those eggs. You know, I just barely figured out how to turn on the power on the last map. When you know how to do the things, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. And well, that's it for the video. But when you know how to do those things, it's pretty cool. You figure out how to do them, and then you're like, oh, right now, man, real fun.
Yeah. Once you figure the things out though, you know.
It's like getting a bike and you don't know how to ride it.
But then once you know how to ride it though, man, you're fucking everywhere. Yeah.
Not only are you having fun, you're planning shit. I'm gonna go to the store.
And that's the spirit of the little boy riding his
What
bike,
we
too.
used to do when we were that young is,
Yeah.
hey Dad, can I get like $2? And then we'd all the little homies get their bikes. We'd go together to the store, get a bag of chips, get some soda, hang out, get those little fucking candy cigarettes.
Yeah.
Just chill out.
Yeah, go to the park, you know, like this park though. It was fun, you know?
Because you had that bike and you know how to use it. You know how to get it around.
Yeah.
It's a tool. Just like the bird is a tool. Revelation 3:18. I counsel thee to buy of the gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with the eye salve, that thou mayest see.
So that represents a virgin right there, you know, because it says, come and buy the gold, you know, and be a rich man in white, white raiment,
Just cleanness.
and having that eye salve. That's that lubricant.
Yeah.
Because if your eyes be all dry, like you really can't see.
Yeah, they're gonna be all blurry eyes though.
You gotta have that eye salve. And the first thing that you do is smear it on.
Yeah.
So you gotta anoint, right? Anoint means to smear it on. You gotta smear the truth on.
Yeah, with that, you got anything else? Hey, with that, we hope it's edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to you. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone camps, teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
So on.
That's the spirit, because that guy playing the trumpet